Last episode, drama in the squad led us to our first defeat in charge of PSG, but now with tension continuing to build, can we keep ourselves on the path to success? Hey, what's going on, guys? Respected Jeff here. For those of you who missed it last time out, things were not looking so great for PSG. Now, we sent Mbappe and Kimpembe both to the reserves after they formed an alliance against us, and Paris FC stole our best youth player from us. The board is definitely not happy with us or the situation at the moment, so things are definitely starting to get a little tricky here. We kick back off the league action, down two of our stars, no Kimpembe, no Mbappe. Regardless, we still look pretty sharp with the talent we have at our disposal. Lionel Messi keeps spirits high, scoring a goal early in the match here to keep things rolling for the team, and on we go with the season, looking to get back to consistent winning ways after that defeat against Manchester City. But I don't know if it's exactly due to the unrest in the squad or what's going on. Relying on Messi too much is just not always going to treat us well. The very next game against Nice proves to be a very difficult one. A couple of decent chances for the team, nothing concrete enough to get the job done, and we're seen out to a boring 0-0 draw. 2 more points dropped. The team's starting to look just a little shaken at this point. Not necessarily time for crisis talks yet, but it's not exactly the team that we knew earlier in the season. But we continue rolling on here. We take on second place Monaco, looking to make a statement here and show what we've got. Now, with or without Mbappe or Kimpembe in the squad, we probably have the best team on paper in the world, so it's absolutely unacceptable for us to be dropping points of any sort without a really good reason. So it's very important here that we get back to our best. Lionel Messi making a statement early in the match with a trademark run. Unfortunately, though, Ramos gets caught out. It's a really bad tackle as the last man, and you get that sinking feeling that it probably is going to be a red, and it is. We're down a man early in the match here, and with the team looking to get back to top form, that's not exactly the way to kick this one off. Free kick now in a dangerous position. It's in the back of the net. We find ourselves down a goal, down a man, and majorly struggling at this point. Monaco take the lead early in the game. Can we get ourselves back in a good position in this one? The pressure is starting to mount, but Monaco are absolutely relentless here. Golovin in the box. Does his man in. It's another goal. 2-0. We are not looking good here. Before halftime, going into the second half, things get even worse. 3 goals conceded, still have yet to even muster up a shot on target. This team is looking shocking at the moment, and AS Monaco are taking complete advantage of us. It's the worst game we've played so far this season. Can we turn things back around before it's too late? Neymar charging forwards and dancing around all of his men. Still going. Neymar, lovely run. Has chance for potential goal. Oh my god, he does it. Neymar pulls one back, and with half an hour left to play, it's not unthinkable that we could turn this around. Lovely individual goal. Unfortunately, that's pretty much what we've been relegated to, chances like that. Messi now taking his man on. Lovely save from the goalkeeper. Icardi makes a mess of that one, putting it over the net. Oh man, that is our final chance of the game. Whistle blows. It's a huge blow in the league. 3-1, a big defeat. It's our first in this competition. Obviously the one in the Champions League last time out. Things starting to slip up a little bit for us here. Well, the future's starting to look uncertain here. What's going to happen next? The drama in the dressing room starting to not get results. It's going to come down to the wire. Alright, well, the drama rolls on after that game. It's been made public. The board is very unhappy with what's going on at the club right now. More about what's happening in the dressing room and the fact that we've frozen out 2 of their most valuable assets, but also now because results aren't necessarily going our way, I think we're coming under even more scrutiny. It's going to be a really difficult stretch for us here, and one that's telling of how the rest of this career is going to go. And with that said, I mean, we have to start getting immediate results here. Fortunately, we have a pretty favorable matchup in the league coming up next. We're still in first place, so no need to get too worried about it. But with that said, let's get back to action. Alright, well, it's a chance to right the wrongs of the last few games here, and this team has to show what they've got and do it quick, because it hasn't been ideal after a dream start to the season. Although right away, giving away a free kick at the edge of the area looks to be in a very dangerous position, and again, it's converted. My god, what a free kick. World class there. Like I said, dangerous position for sure, but you couldn't hit it any sweeter than that. And again, we start the game off finding ourselves a goal down. Well, I'm starting to get a little nervous, honestly, here with some of the results that have been happening. It seems like things are slowly starting to just turn against us. We can't quite put a foot right in these last couple of games, but we have the kind of firepower to do it up front for sure. We just need to make sure that they get involved in play. Neymar here with a lovely little run right off the bat, looking to make a difference. Can we get these kind of players involved? Idrissa Gueye getting his head up and charging forwards. Messi looking for a way through, and he does it! Messi! Oh, dear Lord, what a goal! Pulls one back, and we are level once again. 15 minutes in here, tons of match left to play, and it's already been a very exciting one. Well, there's always the potential Messi's going to pull something like that out of his hat. It's a get-out-of-jail free card when he makes runs of that nature, and here we go again. Messi still going, looks to play it through. Di Maria continues the run. Can he score? Yes! Great stuff here from the team, who is back up and running. Another goal from Rafinha right after that puts us in good shape, and then coming towards the end of the game here, it's Neymar, clean through on goal, unselfish. Rafinha grabs his second. 4-1. The team has completely flipped this game around and looks to be back in top gear and really hitting the ground running. A new start in this game. Neymar, great stuff. He's been unbelievable the last couple games, and we can keep our heads held high with another great performance there. 4-1, we look back to it. But the question remains here, is this kind of performance going to be enough to overshadow what's going on at the club and some of the investments that we are giving the back door to here? Well, only time's going to tell. We're coming up towards January here, and the plot thickens. Alright, well, it's time for us to hit the January transfer window market. Maybe try to look for some replacements for the players that we've frozen out and start to build a squad for the future. I think taking a look at the kind of talent we have now, it's clear who our best performers have been. Messi, far and away the highest goal scorer here. Reminder, you guys can always check this stuff out on my website as well. Another one who I want to note that's been playing really well here is Ismail Garbi. He's made a fair few appearances and honestly is not doing too bad at all with his end product either, considering his age and overall rating. But taking a look at where we can improve, I think a center back to replace Kimpembe, who definitely is not going to start under us again after the stuff he pulled last time out. And we have a couple options here. Unfortunately for us, things continue to get tricky. The board comes out and publicly refuses to back us with any new transfers. I think the fact that Mbappe and Kimpembe are both players that they really want to capitalize on means that they're not going to be happy if we keep those players not playing. But to me, there's no way around it. We play as a team, and I can't have players coming out like this. So in the interview leading up to our next match, I speak to the press honestly when asked some questions about what's going on. We're irritated. The board has a complete lack of faith in us, and all of the politics going on in this team in the dressing room and who should play and who shouldn't is affecting our ability to be a top manager. But the board is absolutely not having it. Immediately after that and all the drama that's been going on recently, they straight up terminate our contract. We're done. Our time at PSG is over, and ultimately, the players win out here. I think at a club like this, where player power is so rampant, our type of management style and teamwork just doesn't float. So what's going to happen next? That's the question. Well, a huge bid has come in. Paris FC have officially offered us a management position at their club. They're in the market for a top manager. Obviously, their goal after the billionaire takeover is to become the best team in France, and we are offered the role to be a major part and influence that. A hugely promising youth academy, total control of transfers. We're promised everything under the sun, and it seems like a fantastic contract. So we take it in a mere 2 days after being sacked by PSG. We take the stage at Paris FC, their rivals, and look to mount a challenge, if not just for revenge. It's time for us to clear our name and show what we're capable of again here in France. We take over Paris FC. They're sitting in 8th place, and this is going to be a crazy story, guys. The world has never seen anything like this. Such a quick turnaround in jobs, and to rivals nonetheless. It's going to be a crazy, crazy ride back to the top, but we're here for it. In terms of where we're sitting right now, I think we're in the middle of the season. We don't have a lot of time to train or look for players that fit our system right away. So we're just going to roll with the squad we got. I'm going to go right away with the 4-3-3 that we played with Schalke and with PSG. We know the system well. I'm just going to keep an eye on what players impress us. I don't know this team yet at all, so you guys can learn some of the players with me as we go. Like I said, it's mid-season. We're just going to have to see who catches our eye. We're sticking with the usual tactics, high pressing, high possession. We want to start molding this team to be a top side, and I think we need to start using modern tactics to do exactly that. Now, in other news, we have a youth academy already developing here. I'm starting to mod in some of their real-life Paris FC youth players. Now, two that came straight out of the real-life academy already is Kitenje, the left back, and Anje Chiesa, the center back. So two great defensive options right off the bat. More to come as we progress on in this career. Another really promising young talent that we now have in the academy is Ilyas Husne, who actually came from PSG in the last episode, maybe episode before, our most promising by a landslide. He honestly has potential to be the most promising young French player in the world right now. This guy looks like the sky's the limit for him. We have him in our academy. We've also promised him some minutes, so some of those players are going to be coming through into the first team as we get a sense for it. In the meantime, though, no one's getting promoted just yet. We want to see what we have at our disposal, and let's use this next game as a chance to do it. Alright, here we go. First game in charge at Paris FC. What a quick turnaround. We're kicking off the action already. Mere days after managing top talents at PSG, we find ourselves down a division with a very different squad at our disposal, and we have to see what Paris FC have to offer here. I'm honestly going to use this game as pretty much just a trial. I'm starting more or less the starting 11 that we were given when we came into the club, and I'm going to use this as a chance to figure out where we need to improve. We obviously have some funds with the billionaire takeover to spend significantly in the market if we feel it necessary, as well as bringing some of the youth academy players in and starting to develop them. And like I said, the goal here isn't to just improve the team a little bit or make a promotion push. They have extremely lofty goals. We want to be the single best team in the country, and to do that, we are going to have to be ruthless in the market, cutting players who we don't see fit, really trying to bring in top talent, and it's going to be a really interesting process to see how that comes about here. Gaetan Lora now through on goal, sloppy second touch. And that's the difference between the teams, isn't it? That's what you're getting with Paris FC at the moment. That is not ideal from the striker. We would be expecting much better from him there. Should have been a goal. We find ourselves goalless coming into the second half here. We've been doing all right controlling possession. Honestly, little to no work on the defensive end of things at all. Gaetan Lora still looking to make an impression here. That's much better from the striker. Couldn't quite find the finish at the end of it, but we're seeing some promising signs of what he can offer. Probably one of the better players in this side. On paper, at least 68 overall. Although, again, we're going to be expecting to see better out of this team in the coming seasons. Free kick in a dangerous area. We've seen those a couple times with PSG this episode already, but this time it is wide of the goal, and we get away with one here 82 minutes in. Could we find a chance here in behind enemy lines? Crossing it in, not bad at all. And Arab now heads it back down, and Name sends it towards goal right at the defender again. We're not really creating too much that's challenging the goalkeeper. Even more frustrating, Dunkirk looks pretty content to pass around the back and see this one out for a draw. Although the high press works really well, Lopez plays a ball through. Gilavogi can't quite get there. And the whistle blows. Not the kind of fiery start we would have wanted to our season. Would have been really nice to grab a win. On the bright side, I think there's some talking points here. The defense looks solid. We obviously didn't concede, really didn't even concede many chances at all, so I think that's a good starting point for the team. We look solid. We look fairly comfortable in possession. I think the level of quality is a lot lower than what we're used to at PSG, so we'll have to adapt to that and kind of find the tactics that get us working. But I think we're starting to get a sense here for the team that we have at our disposal and exactly where we can improve going forwards. Alright, well, first game in charge, not too bad, it's a point, but we have a gap to close here. We need to find ourselves pushing for promotion this season, and honestly, dropping points in games like this is not going to be enough. Obviously, no pressure on just yet. That was our first game. We haven't had any time to establish things yet, and like I said, I think it's just a matter of us getting a sense for the team. But we have to set our ambitions pretty high for this one, and we need to start making reinforcements where we see fit. And really, the time for change starts right here and now. We're in January, it's the 9th, we can dive into the market, and honestly, this is the first window since the takeover that will have some funds to spend, so it's probably time to make a little bit of a statement here, signing some of the more promising youngsters in France to really start building for the kind of challenge we have ahead. Thank you so much to everyone in the Discord, by the way, for helping out with this list. It's been amazing, and it's helping me come up with realistic suggestions for the kind of transfers we're gonna have. So some really good names here. We're going to put in some offers next time, see where we can't just build the team a little bit and push the limits further. In the meantime, if you guys want to help me behind the scenes, we're having some amazing chats in the Discord going on like I just talked about in terms of transfers, plans for the future, things like that. And a huge shout out to everybody who's been involved with that. Notable shout to Elmex, one of our board members, who's put together 2 fantastic lists of all the players that we could sign here. It's been so helpful to have and reference. And a huge thank you to everyone else who's just been interested in the series and contributing to the conversation. It's been amazing. In the meantime, if you guys enjoy this series, please consider subscribing to the channel. Helps me out a lot, helps you stay up to date with new episodes. And I'll be back soon with the next, with Paris FC. But until then, I'm Respect to Jeff, and I'll see you next time.